So from last class onwards, we are discussing about the lesson chemical effects of electric current. So in that we have discussed the topic that chemical effects of electric current. So in chemical effects of electric current, last class we discussed about the electrolysis. Right? So what do you mean by electrolysis? Means the process of decomposition of electrodes by the application of electricity we call it as a electrolysis. What? The process of decomposition of electrodes by passing electricity through the heat, that we call it as a electrolysis. So last class again we have discussed about the definition of electrolysis. Then we discussed about the electrolysis of water, that is water is combined of two molecules, that is hydrogen and oxygen. That also we have discussed in the last class. So now in this class we are going to discuss about the some applications of electrolysis. There are many applications of electrolysis, but in your textbook mainly they have given the 4 applications of electrolysis, right? So first thing, manufacture of industrial chemicals. So there we are going to use the process of electrolysis. There are manufacturing of chemicals. There we are going to use the process of electrolysis. Second one is extraction of metals. So some metals are there. By the help of electrolysis, we can extract those metals. There also we are going to use the process of electrolysis. Then refining of metals. So refining means what? Purification of metals. If the metal contains some amount of impurities in it, that can be removed by the process of electrolysis. There also we are using the process electrolysis. Next thing, electroplating. So this is also one of the method that is used by the method of electrolysis. Right? What we are doing here means you have seen the iron. What happens if you keep it for some days without painting, then what happens? The rusting will take place. So this is to prevent the rusting of iron, we are going to do electroplating, right? So that is also a method of electrolysis, right? In that first one, manufacture of industrial chemicals. So what are the chemicals that can be manufactured by the method of electrolysis, that we are going to study here. So first thing, sodium hydroxide, right, NaOH, that is recalled as a caustic soda, and chlorine gas, that is Cl2, are prepared by the electrolysis of brine, that is 20% of common salt solution. If from the common 20% of common salt solution, then we were going to get the sodium hydroxide. That is the chemical equation of sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, that we called as a caustic soda. And if we done the solution of this common salt, electrolysis of this common salt, we will get that is what? Sodium hydroxide and chlorine gas, right? So this is done by the manufacture of industrial chemicals, right? That is by the process of electrolysis. Second thing, hydrogen gas is prepared by the electrolysis of acidified water, right? Hydrogen gas is prepared by the electrolysis of acidified water. So last class only we have discussed about the purification, that is water, electrolysis of water. There we have used the acidified, that is acidulated water. We have used for the electrolysis. There we got water, oxygen as well as hydrogen gas, right? So here same thing, hydrogen gas is prepared by the electrolysis of acidified water, right? Or else 20% of NaOH solution, that is sodium hydroxide solution, oxygen is obtained as byproduct. So by the electrolysis of NaOH solution, we can get oxygen as a byproduct. So from this also we are going to get the oxygen as well as hydrogen gas. Okay. Next, second application is extraction of metals, that is electrometallurgy, right? So how we are going to extract some of the metals by the method of electrolysis, that we will study here. That is the more electropositive metals, that is more electropositive metals such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, etc. These metals cannot be obtained by carbon reduction method. So you have studied in chemistry that what is carbon reduction method. So these metals we cannot obtain from this method, right? So these metals can be obtained by the electrolysis of their molten chloride, hydroxides or as oxides, right? Water metals, the electropositive metals, more electropositive metals such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, etc. that cannot be obtained by the carbon reduction method, right? So these metals are obtained by the electrolysis of their molten chlorides. Now like for the chlorides, hydroxide and oxides. So these metals we can obtain by the electrolysis of their molten state of chloride, hydroxide and oxide, right? So here some of the examples they have given. First example is sodium and potassium. It is Na sodium, K means potassium. Sodium and potassium is obtained by electrolysis of their molten chloride and hydroxide. So by their molten chloride and hydroxide, if we do the process of electrolysis, we get the sodium and potassium. This is the one of the examples to get the metals sodium and potassium by the electrolysis of hydroxide, chloride and hydroxide. Second example, calcium and magnesium is obtained by the electrolysis of their molten chlorides. So calcium and magnesium is obtained by the electrolysis of their molten chlorides. So here their molten chlorides and hydroxides. There we get a sodium and potassium. Only in molten chloride we are going to get the calcium and magnesium, right? So aluminum is obtained by the electrolysis of its metal oxide. So what aluminum is obtained by the electrolysis of its metal oxide, right? So these are the some examples that they have given, that is extraction of metals. So from these examples we get the sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium and aluminum. Okay, next thing is refining of metals. So whatever may be the metals which is obtained by the chemical reaction, that is reduction method, those are not in a purest form. So that can be purified by the method of electrolysis, that is refining of metals, that can be purified by the method of electrolysis, right? So here what do you mean by electro refining? So electro refining means the method of purifying metals by using electricity is called electro refining. So here in refining of metals we come to know about what do you mean by electro refining. So electro refining is a method of purifying metals by using electricity. When we pass electricity, then we are going to purify those metals. So that method we call as a electro refining method. Right? The metals such as some of the metals are those that can be purified by the electro refining. The metals such as copper, silver, gold, nickel and aluminium etc. are refined by the method of electrolysis or electro refining, right? So what are those metals? Copper, silver, gold, nickel and aluminium. These are the metals that can be refined. If some of the impurities are present in these metals, so that can be removed by the method of electro refining or as electrolysis, right? So this is the one more application of the method electrolysis. So next fourth one application is electroplating, right? What do you mean by electroplating? So the name only indicates that we are going to plate some quantity of metal on another metal, electroplating. So it means we are painting or we are coating, we are doing a coating on other metal, that we call it as in common word that we tell as electroplating. So here the definition of electroplating is the process of depositing a thin layer of any superior metal. It means it should be superior than that metal, of any superior metal over an object of a cheaper metal. So it means, so this is superior. Which metals we are going to deposit on that metal that is superior than that we are going to deposit on it, that is cheaper metal, with the help of electric current is called electroplating, right? So here what depositing of a thin layer of any superior metal on or over an object of a cheaper metal by the help of electric current is called electroplating, right? So that is the definition of electroplating. So example for that is deposition of silver on bronze or else copper. So we are going to depositing silver on the bronze and copper. So this is an example of electroplating, right? I hope this must be clear to you guys. So in this class we have discussed about some of the applications of the electrolysis. So in that right, this applications we have discussed. So next class we will discuss about the more about the electroplating, right? I hope this must be clear to you. Thank you.